Weight loss, when I started this one, I want to say I was like 175, 178, somewhere around there. And now this morning I was 167. So I'm down about 11 pounds. But once I went fully vegan, fully plant-based, I have not had an asthma attack since September of 2017. And I haven't taken the medication ever since. That's the biggest part. So I kept it near, but I never needed it. And so that's huge. That's huge. Because I was using it daily.
Welcome to Plant Based with Nicole, with your host, Nicole Richey.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Plant Based with Nicole podcast. I'm your host, Nicole Richey, also known as Plant Based Nicole Richey on Instagram and TikTok. If you are not following me, then what are you doing? Going over there if you like plant-based content. I'm bringing back a guest that I've interviewed in the past, who's also my Instagram friend, Southern Vegan Eats, also known as, or actually her name is Aszure Gardner, also known as Southern Vegan Eats. She has been plant-based since 2017 and now thrives on a high raw to fully raw lifestyle. Most of her healing, including reversal of asthma, eczema, and anxiety, began when she transitioned to a plant-based diet. Now, 33 days into her current raw journey, she's experienced even deeper benefits like reduced inflammation and a 10-pound weight loss. With clearer thoughts, pain-free movement, and a consistent healthy weight, she's on a mission to reach optimal health before turning 50 in December. Come on, somebody. You go, girl. She about to be 50. She about to join the 50 club. She about to be with me in the 50 club. Anyway, sorry. I had a moment. Anyway, you guys, without further ado, let's bring on Aszure. Well, thank you, Aszure, for coming back to my platform. So good to see you. I mean, we see each other on Instagram all the time, but I haven't talked to you like verbal talking in like 3 years since I last interviewed you.
I think so. Yeah, it's been about 3 years. Yeah.
That's crazy, right? Dang. I just tripped off of that. Like, it's literally been, wow, that's crazy.
3 years.
So good to see you. It's so good to see you in person. Well, not in person, but, you know, in video.
Face to face.
Yes, face to face. That's it. I'm going to start off with a little icebreaker that I do sometimes when I remember.
Okay.
It's called This or That. And I'm going to say 2 words, and you're going to say what resonates with you, but you have to be quick. No time to think here.
Okay.
Okay. Ready?
I'm ready.
Excuse me. Okay. Raw desserts or fresh fruit?
Fresh fruit.
Bananas. Pineapples or sorry. Papaya or pineapple?
Pineapple.
Morning fruit feast or evening fruit feast?
Oh, evening fruit feast.
Raw vegan cheese or zucchini noodles?
Zucchini noodles.
Sunshine or shade?
Sunshine.
Beach walk or forest hike?
Beach walk.
One more. Coconut water or herbal tea?
Coconut water.
Good job. You get an A plus. All right, so let's get into the questions.
Okay.
Again, you know, you guys, if you want to check, I can't remember what season. I think it was season 3. I interviewed my guest Aszure, and we were focused on her plant-based diet transformation and healing and everything. So if you want to go check that out, I think it's in season 3. Today we're going to be focused more on the raw, but first I just kind of want to talk a little bit about some of your, you know, when you first transition, but we'll talk about some raw too. Okay, your raw journey, because you're doing 120 days and you're on day 33, right? 34?
Yes, day 33 today. Day 33.
Wow, that's amazing. Good job. 120 days. That's 4 months.
Yes.
Have you ever gone that? Yes, it is. Have you ever gone that long?
No, the longest I've ever went was 62 days. So I feel confident that I'm going to make it, but I am like, when I get to that 60, that's probably when I'll start feeling like, oh, I can have something good.
Yeah, it starts after so while it start messing with you for a minute, but
Yeah,
you
the
could do it. You
smells.
could
You're
do it.
like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry.
That was good. What you
Y'all
drinking?
don't trip, y'all. Send me drinking on this anti-inflammatory smoothie with some of the ingredients sounds weird, but it has pineapple. No, I ran out of pineapple, so I use strawberry. But normally it's pineapple, a banana, a half avocado, almond milk, black pepper. That now I know it's weird. The black pepper and the avocado, which is the fat, helps the turmeric absorb.
Okay, nice.
Because the turmeric is anti-inflammatory, really good for anti-inflammation and stuff. So, and then I put 3 packets of stevia because, of course, turmeric and black
It's
pepper,
bitter.
that's weird. So but I like it now. But yeah, I drink this every day.
I thought where you said you perfected the recipe now.
Well, all I did was, because the first time I made it, I doubled up on the ginger.
So
And that was a mistake. so I just do the regular amount that it calls for, and then I use 3 packets of stevia instead of 2, and it made a world of difference. Oh, and also if you do it, make sure you put ice because it's not cold enough. So I put ice too. Yeah. Okay, getting to you. Getting all sidetracked. So let's just go back for a minute and what originally led you to being plant-based in 2017, and what were the first changes that you noticed?
Okay. So in 2017, it was a combination of things. My mom had passed away in December of 2016. She was 60, had a massive heart attack. Hindsight, I look at that
Wow,
and
she
I
was
know that
60?
it was 60. She had turned 60 that April and she passed away of a massive heart attack in December. And so
Oh my
hindsight, you look
God.
at that and you recognize that there were a lot of things that were diet related and start making, different choices just based on knowing I don't want to go down that path. I want to be here as long as I can be here, baby. I'm trying to hit 100. And so my youngest sister, she had watched What the Health, or her husband had watched it. And she was like, my husband
Mhm.
watched What the Health, and girl, he ain't eaten no meat ever since. And I was like, what? And I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to watch it. So me and her watched it like a day apart, maybe. She's also
Mhm.
vegan now. She went vegan then too. So we've been on a journey for about 8 years. But after watching that, it was really eye opening. So I am one of the people that watched What the Health and was like, baby, I'm good. I don't need to eat any more animals. Now, before then, I have to say that since 2009, I was pescatarian. So I was only eating seafood and I was still having some
Okay.
dairy, but not a lot because I had a provider that told me, because I was having so many issues with asthma and eczema, and my provider had told me to cut out dairy. And so had already
Mhm.
started removing dairy from my life and was seeing a great improvement with my asthma, even though I was still having flare-ups and asthma attacks and all of that. But once I went fully vegan, fully plant-based, I have not had an asthma attack since September of 2017, and I went fully plant based in August of 2017. So, I mean, the proof is
Wow.
in the pudding. Everybody's journey will be different. It may take someone longer to heal, and plus, depending on how bad your situation is. But
Yeah.
praise God, like it
Praise God.
changed my life, and I will never go back.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah,
It is amazing. I think like wherever you are in your diet, going up a notch in terms of eliminating
yeah,
certain things can help. In most instances, it might,
yeah.
I don't want
In
to
most
say
instances,
everything, but a lot of cases, especially like a lot of my guests and even myself,
Mhm.
like I went plant-based to heal almost 15 years ago as well.
Yeah,
I was a little bit more than you. You was just eating fish and stuff. I was eating beef,
yeah,
chicken, turkey, and of course dairy and stuff. And then I went overnight and then I
yeah.
healed what I was trying to heal at the time. Yeah. But
I love
now,
it.
15 years later, my body's used to it.
Oh
So if
yeah,
something happens, I got to go up a notch.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
And then now that I'm in menopause and perimenopause, it's causing certain things that a lot of women don't even know that this stuff be
That
causing. People just think it's
is
hot
true.
flashes and night sweats. There's so many things. It can,
So many.
somebody, I'm thinking I got this bulging disc going on, found out I'm thinking it might. I googled it and looked it up, and it could be because of my hormones depleting. It could something about the disc. I forgot, but I think it could be
Yeah,
related to
related
menopause
to
because
the
I've
menopause.
never. Yeah, I've never had like back problems. I didn't have any injury. I didn't fall or anything, or, I'm not lifting extreme, you know what I mean? So I'm
Yeah,
thinking it could
yeah.
be 2023 to 2024 headaches every day for a year,
Mm,
not every single day, but 15 to 25 headaches a month for a
it's a
year.
lot.
Find out that it was because of
It's
that was when I was
perimenopause.
transitioning. Yeah,
Hmm.
transitioning. I healed that with incorporating the raw. But the point is that sometimes wherever we're at with our diet, eliminating certain things, especially animal products, or if you're already plant based, you have to eliminate cooked foods. If you're
Take it up
already
a notch.
raw, you got to eliminate and just eat,
Yeah,
drink juice. You know what I mean? It's just like,
yeah,
try to go to the next step. Not saying that it can always heal everything, but you can doggone try.
yeah.
You
And I
know?
think I'm with you on that. Like if I'm just eating super clean raw vegan or high raw
Mhm.
vegan, it's not gonna touch what I needed to touch because I've been doing, so good at this part of it. I have to take it up a level. So I have the
Mhm.
inflammation in my Achilles right now. I want it
Mm.
gone. By the time I turn 50 in December, when that 50 hits, I don't want no inflammation. So that's
Yes.
why I'm doing the
Amen.
120 days. I'm like, I know I have to take it up a notch. I know I have to do something different.
Mhm.
And yeah, you're right. You can't. I just can't eat the junk food vegan or all of that. It's not
Mhm.
gonna help me heal. It's not gonna help me
Yeah.
heal.
Like doing the same things and expecting different
The
results.
result. Yeah, it's
It's
crazy.
called what? Insanity.
Insanity.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I
So,
also have, aside from the bulging disc, and I have the inflammation as well. So that's why I'm drinking this every single day, along with
yeah,
my diet is already inflammatory diet. However,
yeah,
I eat like an 80% anti-inflammatory diet
yeah,
normally, and then 20% junk foods and,
yeah,
stuff like that. So I have to eliminate that 20%
yeah.
and just all anti-inflammatory foods,
To take it
and
up a notch.
along with this smoothie every day. and and my physical therapy, because a bulging disc is a little deeper than just, oh, I have back pain,
Yeah.
which, by the way, I don't know if you saw my video, but my doctor, not my doctor, it was a fill-in, just told me I had inflammation. And then I go to physical therapy and they're like, oh yeah, so we're going to be working on your bulging disc. I'm like, what? Say what now?
And they had to get that information from the provider because, like, how would you know to have that unless you got it from the provider who didn't tell me about it?
She sent me to physical therapy to help with the inflammation in my back. She didn't tell me about the bulging disc.
Anything about the
I
bulging
found
disc?
out
Yeah,
No, I
that's
found that out in
crazy.
therapy, and I was like, "Say what now?" When she told
You be
me.
like, let me go back
Anyway,
and get
so
my results. Yeah,
yeah, she showed
yeah,
me the chart that the doctor sent, and it said it, and I'm like, Why didn't the doctor tell me that? Like, that's a
oh my
big thing to leave out. Anyway, we ain't gonna get
God.
into me because I'm gonna get
Yeah,
emotional, and I don't feel like getting mad right now, no. But anyway, girl, these doctors, I tell you. Anyway, so I know you healed asthma, eczema, and anxiety. Now share how those improvements unfolded once you changed your diet. I mean,
yeah.
obviously it healed, but anything
So
you want to
asthma,
share, add
asthma
to
and
it?
eczema, yeah, asthma and eczema. I think I noticed the benefits on those so immediately because it was something that was, I don't want to say consuming me. The eczema was consuming me, um,
Man,
because
my
I mean,
granddaughters.
it was terrible. Like super dry skin,
Mhm.
itchy, breaking out. I mean, I could not even wash my hands without them
Mm.
being inflamed. And so I was
Oh
taking
my
steroids,
gosh.
using steroid creams. And then for my asthma, of course, I think asthma and eczema, a lot of people don't realize they go hand in hand. And so my inhaler, I had inhalers everywhere. When I tell you everywhere, every purse had an inhaler. My husband's car, my car, my desk at work. I was not gonna be without access to the inhaler because I was afraid, like, what if I need this and it is nowhere near
Yeah.
me? That's gonna be that's gonna be really bad. So
Yeah, that's
those are
not
the things
good.
that I noticed immediately. I still, of course, had them near me in the beginning because I was afraid not to. It's
Of
just
course.
that you get used to doing something. You're like, is this
Mhm.
really going to work? And I was kind of skeptical.
Mhm.
But that again is the first thing I noticed. I guess after a few months. So I'll kind of talk about my last asthma attack. My oldest daughter had got married, and we went and stayed at this
Wait,
Airbnb.
hold on. You got kids old enough to get married?
Ooh, child. My oldest just turned 33 yesterday. Yeah.
Wait,
So
hold up. Why
yeah.
does this sound
Now
like new news? Did I know this? Because I don't remember this.
I don't know. I don't know. I have 4 kiddos. So,
You have 4 kids. Wait
all
a
of my
minute.
kids are adults,
Hold on,
thank God.
Aszure. I don't think
You didn't know that?
unless I have menopause
The
brain right
menopause
now,
brain?
I do not remember you having 4 kids, let alone
Yeah,
a 33-year-old, which would have been
yeah,
around 30 when we met, 30,
yeah.
29.
Hmm.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah, yeah.
Wait, how old are all your kids? So 33.
So I have
What
the
else?
33-year-old. My next daughter is 22. She'll be 23 this month as well. Then I have a son. So my daughters are at the top, 2 girls, and then my 2 boys. I have a 21-year-old son and I have a 19-year-old son. Yeah. So 2 girls and 2 boys, all adults. And I'm going to be a
What?
grandma in December.
Congratulations. Watch me go back
Super
and watch
excited. Yeah.
watch the first interview, and you probably said all this in the first interview, and I never
I don't
my
remember.
brain,
It's been 3 years. I don't remember. It's been so long. Yeah,
I
but
just don't. This is like feels like new news to me, so I'm like in shock right now. So if you guys watch the first interview and she said this in the first interview, just know it's my menopause. Okay, it be affecting my memory. What? Oh my
exactly,
gosh.
exactly.
Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm just
It's okay.
I'm speechless. You got a 33-year-old and you got 4 kids. Dang, that's
Mhm.
crazy. Cause
Yes,
you're like 1 year younger
yes,
than me. So like that's like me
yes,
almost having. Wow. Okay,
yes.
go back.
So when I went to her wedding, yeah, I had that was the last time I had an asthma attack. We stayed at an Airbnb, and the Airbnb something in there triggered my asthma, and I was
Oh my
vegan
god.
then, but I had only been vegan for maybe like 2 weeks. Um, and so, but that was the last time I had an asthma attack. And of course, I know I've been in environments where I could have easily had an asthma attack, but I have not had one ever since. And I haven't taken the medication ever since. That's the biggest part. So I
Mm,
kept it near, but I never needed it. And so
that's
that's
good.
huge. That's
That's
huge.
huge.
Because I was using it daily, every day. So from going to using something every day to just not needing it, it's
Mm,
significant.
that ain't
And
nothing but
then
Jesus.
so the asthma and the eczema again, those were the biggest. Anxiety, I can't say that I was a person that was like anxious about everything, but I had
Hmm.
things that would make me anxious. Like for
Hmm.
instance, when my mom passed, I was very anxious. I lost my appetite. I just, it was a shock to my system and I didn't know how to respond to it. And so that type of anxiety in situations like that, where something like that happens, I haven't experienced that same type of anxiety. I haven't really experienced it at all. Sometimes something can trigger you and shock you, and you can be a little like, "Oh, what's going on?" But on the level that I used to have anxiety, I have not had that anymore. So those are really, really big things. And then, of course, weight loss is always a plus. We cannot leave that out.
Yes.
Always a huge
Mm-mm.
bonus. When I first went plant based, I was not eating junk food because it wasn't really like the Beyond Burgers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I was living in Kansas. It wasn't something that was like all around me and easy to grab. So I was really eating a whole food plant based diet, but not with intention. It was just like I didn't have a choice. So I was clicking
It
on
was
my meals and
natural.
doing all the right things, and so the weight was
Mhm.
falling off. But baby, once those Beyond Burgers and sausages came to town, it was another story.
Child. That's how it was for me when I started plant-based. I was
Yeah.
eating all clean and stuff. And then I came
Yes.
across vegan junk food and it was a wrap.
Yeah, it was a wrap. Yeah, it was a wrap. So
But
I
but
gained some of
then
that
but
weight
then I
back.
got it together though,
Yeah, I
eventually.
feel the same way. And I'm kind of grateful that it started out without having it because then you have the opportunity to see what it is like. Like, you can't really say you're going plant-based or vegan for your health and then you turn around and you're eating just a diet of crap. You just can't. It doesn't make
Yeah.
sense. And so that's what I started realizing. Like, I'm eating so many processed foods. They taste good, but they're
Mhm.
not helping me. And they are loaded in sodium. They're loaded in fat. So they're equivalent to, I mean, maybe even worse because they're man-made than eating
Yeah.
the animal product. And so I was like, I got to get away from that. So um, I cut out mock meat a while ago. And so now if I do have, like, when I'm not eating raw, if I have a vegan burger, it's going to be something that I create at home. Or if I go somewhere,
Mhm.
somebody has like a quinoa black bean burger, I would grab that as opposed to
Mhm.
grabbing an Impossible or Beyond. I try my best to stay away from those. Now on vacation,
Yeah.
I'll treat
Every now
myself.
and then.
Yeah, I'll treat
Yeah,
myself.
every now and then I'll have some little junk food,
Yeah,
vegan
yeah,
pizza with no, I don't even get
yeah.
cheese on it. I don't even get the vegan cheese because I don't
The
really like
cheese,
it, but
yeah.
I'll just put, that's not really bad though. That's just vegetables on top of bread with some marinara
With
sauce.
some
But I'll
sauce.
do the,
Yep.
yeah, but I'll do like vegan pizza, vegan burgers every now, maybe
Yeah.
like 3 times a year. I'll have me a
Yeah.
Beyond or Impossible, like just
Yes.
like 3 times a
Yes.
year.
Yeah.
Treat
And that's
yourself.
not bad.
Yeah, every
Yeah.
now and then, but I don't like to eat that kind of stuff all the time. It's just
I
not good for
feel
you. It's
it.
just
I feel
processed.
it. It tastes
Yeah.
really good, but then literally, like, by the next day, I'm bloated. I feel sluggish, and I'm like, I know what it was. So yeah,
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, moderation
yeah,
and, but the whole food, the predominant part of your diet should be like whole foods and,
yeah,
things that are born the way they are.
yes,
You know? Yeah. So you started off plant-based and stuff, and I know you eat a high raw diet, but right now you're doing fully raw,
yeah.
um, for 120 days, and you're on day 33.
Mhm.
So how has your body responded, especially regarding the inflammation and weight loss that you mentioned in the details you gave me?
Yeah. So really good. Which is kind of, sometimes because I'm experiencing perimenopause too. Okay, and so,
You said two, girl. I done
and
transitioned to full blown. So,
baby, it's just so with that, there are like days where I'm just like, what is happening? But I can say that when I'm eating fully raw, I do have less symptoms. Like, I have a lot of
mm,
night sweats, but when I'm eating fully
I do.
raw, I'm not gonna say they completely disappear, but I have way
Mm,
less, and I'm not taking any hormones. I
yeah.
did go to I work at a OBGYN
Oh, do
gynecologist
you?
office. Yeah, so I've seen my provider, I've done my labs, I've had my hormone levels checked, and everything is normal. So,
Mhm. Mhm.
for my age, everything is normal. I don't want to be normal. I want to be above average, right? So that means I have to go the extra mile. So for me, there are things out there you can take, and I'm not saying I will never take them because I believe medicine has its place. I believe
Yeah.
herbs and all of that stuff has its place. So I just think that I'm not at the point now where I want to take anything. And
Yeah.
so, but I have been doing a lot of research on different herbs that can help you with symptoms because, again, my worst one is night sweats. I will heat up the whole room. So, um, so things like that, when I'm with being on this journey, I've definitely noticed that I'm not having as many night sweats. I would say in the last 33 days, I've probably only had 2 or 3 night sweats. That's a huge difference. Whereas
Yeah.
normally in a 30-day window, I may have a night sweat 10 times. So that's what
Mhm.
I mean about a difference that I can tell.
Mhm.
Weight loss, when I started this one, I want to say I was like 175, 178, somewhere around there. And now this morning I was 167. So I'm down about 11 pounds.
Ooh,
Of
good for
course, I think
you.
some of that is water weight. It's just that's to be expected.
Yeah,
And
the first couple
yeah,
pounds
yeah.
usually
And
is getting
then
off the
yes,
water and then
yeah. So and I think that's okay too. I try to get movement in every day. Um, I don't mind shedding the weight. I was saying the other day I made a video. Um, I'm 5'9", so I'm pretty tall and weighing
oh, excuse me.
167.
Oh, wow, you're
It's
tall.
okay. But I'm pretty tall. And so, um, 167 to outsiders looks thin. And since I've been in my 40s, I haven't weighed less than 160. So when I'm seeing this weight come down, and I'm like, oh, you got like 90 days left. Like, so I am kind of wondering, like,
Pace
they don't
yourself.
want to.
Pace yourself.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, yeah. So I've been adding a little more avocados, nuts, and seeds into my diet the last few
Yeah,
days.
it's about the
Yeah,
caloric value. So you
yeah,
just add a little bit more calories so that you
yeah.
can, I don't know if you're at where you want to be, if you want to
Yeah.
maintain or just,
Because I don't want to. That's
but
it. That's what it is. I don't want to. I don't want to get too thin. If that makes
yeah,
sense. Yeah.
yeah,
So, but
you
I
just got to
feel,
increase the calories
I
a
feel
little bit.
amazing. I feel amazing.
That's good. You look great.
Thanks.
Shining. I love that before and after picture. I love how you did the same pose.
Yeah, I
And then
tried.
you can see the difference, like your face and
Hmm.
everything. Like you can
Yeah.
tell the difference. You mentioned you want to be at your optimal health by the age of 50. So, what does that look like for you? And then, how are you preparing for it? And when are you going to be 50?
So I'll be 50 in December, December the 3rd.
That's
And
right.
yeah, and I'm preparing for it. Or what it looks like. What it looks like is not having any pains when I move my body.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, yeah, because that being able to
Child.
do, just whatever I want to do as far as physical, that's the biggest thing for me. I think is the physicalness of it. The physical health is a really big deal. Weight, I feel like I'm at a comfortable weight, but physical, like I want to be able to walk 4 miles without having any pain. Like
Mm.
the old me would do that with no problem. And I had got up to where I was walking the 4 miles, but then the information came back and I was like, dang, I need to get the information back down. So now I do 3 miles mostly every morning or evening, depending on this Arizona heat. But definitely I want to get up to being able to do 4 miles with no problem. I want to use more weight in my workouts because I want to make sure that I have bone health. So things like that that I'm really,
Because
yeah, it's big.
another risk of
Osteoporosis.
menopause. Yeah. So we got to
Yeah.
lift
And
weights, even
yes,
if
so
you
and I think
didn't
people don't
before.
recognize that. No one ever,
Yeah.
I have never heard anyone in my family even
Right.
mention osteoporosis. And I'm like, we got seniors in the family. Why nobody ain't talking about this? So I think it's a really big thing. Menopause, perimenopause, all of it for women, it is huge. And it's never too early to learn about this because you're going
Mm-mm.
to, if you reach a certain age, you're going to experience it. And I think people, in their minds, a lot of people think they don't have any symptoms. What do you mean you don't have any symptoms? You're a woman,
I,
right? I promise you, you have symptoms. You might not have night sweats. You might not have weight gain. You might not have, but you have symptoms because there's so many things that
girl,
because of perimenopause.
I just made a video about said same thing. I said people talking about I don't have any symptoms because they don't have night flashes and hot sweats, but I'm
Yes, you
like,
still have them. Have symptoms
you might have all kind of things going on. You don't know that it's
that you don't
connected to the
recognize.
menopause because people
Yeah,
don't know. And I didn't know any of this until
yeah,
I started going through perimenopause. That's when I
yeah,
started researching and
yeah,
learning all this stuff. Up
yeah,
until 3 years ago, I thought menopause just means you don't have a period anymore and you get hot
mhm.
flashes. That's
I
it. I
agree.
didn't know that
Yeah,
it can make you have headaches all the time. It can
yeah,
make you gain a tire around your waist just because
yeah,
it just wants to show up. It can make
yeah,
you have injuries for no
yeah,
reason. Like
yeah,
somebody said they had a torn rotator cuff because of it.
yeah,
I believe that this bulging disc and inflammation is because of it
yeah.
because your hormones are depleting. It affects so many things. So women
So
don't
many.
realize that a lot of things they're dealing with in this age could be connected. They don't know because
Yeah,
with their mindset was just like how mine
yeah,
was, which it's just
yes.
menopause, hot sweats, lose your period,
Yeah, I'm
you
gonna lose
know.
my period, and then I was looking forward to that part. I'm like, oh,
That's
finally.
the only
But
thing.
you don't
That's the only thing I
recognize.
like.
Yeah, you don't recognize all that it comes with. So it is one of those things. I think it's kind of when women are saying, "Oh, I don't have any," and I'm like, "You do," but I'm not gonna argue with you. You'll figure it out.
Hmm. You like remember you remember that back pain you was talking about?
Yeah, are
That's
those
menopause.
headaches?
Like
Yeah, yeah, but it is. It's probably related. And then
it
that's
could
another
be.
thing too about my mom passing at 60. I don't have the opportunity to ask her like when she went through it because that's something too, like knowing your family history around that or when your mother went through menopause and perimenopause is really important. Um, I have my aunt, which was my mom's sister, so I do get to, I can contact her and ask her questions, or even, do you remember, things like that. But I
Mm-hmm.
think it's one of the things that all women of all ages, you better start doing your research, because I
Yes.
think we need to get ahead of it, because you don't want to wait until you're in your 40s to start building muscle. Like, you don't, because it's harder. It's harder to build
Mm-hmm.
muscle when you have waited.
Mm-hmm.
And so we should be
Mm-hmm.
lifting weights all along to prevent having osteoporosis and bone density issues. That's not what we want,
Mm-hmm.
because then
Mm-hmm.
it's easier. That's why you see seniors with broken bones that fall in the tub or slip and they break their hips and their knee replacements, all of that, because perimenopause.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh, and let's not talk about,
yeah,
not every woman deals with this, but let's not talk about vajayjay, dryness, lack of lubrication.
yeah,
Some people
yeah,
can get UTIs all the time, and they just
yeah,
think they just getting UTIs, but it could be
yeah,
tied to that.
related to, yeah,
Yeah. There's just so many things. Women, are you listening to
yeah,
us? There
yeah,
are so many things. If you're having something going on in your body and you're at that age where your hormones are depleting, Google it and see if it could be tied to
yeah,
menopause, because
yeah,
99% tell you
yeah,
it might be.
yeah,
So
yeah,
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 I don't have hot flashes anymore. I did in perimenopause, and then I increased the raw, and then that went away. I never had the night sweats, but I have other things. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
And you know what?
That
Let me
people
tell you
don't
something. This
even
is
know.
just for people to be in awareness. I didn't know this. I'm learning. I'm still learning, because I've never been through this. This is a new stage of life for us, right? So
Hmm.
sometimes I may talk to a senior that's like 70 years old, and guess what? She's still having symptoms of menopause. But I say, so wait a minute, baby, this don't end. There's no,
What?
like, what
What?
are we talking about?
What?
So that's what I'm saying. It's things that we don't even recognize. We have to do more research. It's our bodies. Ain't nobody else can do it for us, but we allow people, people do make rules that govern us, but we have to govern ourselves. So we need to do all the research, read all the books, all the studies, figure out what is going on and what we can do to make it easier and to avoid and prevent some of these things from happening to us, because, yeah, some of this,
Girl,
yeah.
I'm getting depressed again. Every now and then, I start thinking about this, and I just think how unfair. And I know we ain't supposed to question God, but I'm sorry. This is a question I have for
Yeah.
you,
You're
Lord.
like, what
Why
about?
would you do that? Like, I suffered all my life with menstrual pain, being sick because of it, and now that it's gone, now I got to deal with this stuff.
Yeah. You're like,
It's
look at
like I'm
in.
happy. Yeah, I'm happy I don't have to deal with the pain of the menstrual, but at the same time, I guess we need that menstrual to prevent all this other stuff.
All the other things. Isn't that
You
something?
know?
Yeah, like the body is such a well, life itself is a miracle. It is just being here every day, breathing and letting your body do all the functions that it does. But to
Yeah.
think about how God has put our bodies in place and aligned it in a way, as long as I think if we take care of our bodies, they can function properly. And so I
Yeah.
don't think he technically wants us to be in pain and have all of these things. Oh, I can,
Mm-mm.
like for, menopause and fibroids and cramps and all these different things that come along with being a woman. There are some women who never have. I'm blessed in the fact that I never had cramps during my period. So,
Oh, you're
um,
blessed.
I'm blessed in that, and I know it because my daughters, they both
Mm-hmm.
have had that pain. And so it's
Mm-hmm.
one of those things where I'm like, you again, it's kind of similar. You don't know that you're not experiencing something just because it's not the typical thing. So it may not
Right.
be typical, oh, I'm not,
Yes.
but chances are, I'm telling you, look into it. If you have headaches, it might not
Mm-hmm.
be that you have migraines. It might not be a withdrawal headache. It might not be, it could really, that's one of the top things that happens is headaches. That's a big one.
Yes.
But
A year.
people don't connect it.
A
People don't
year
connect
of
it to
frequent
perimenopause.
headaches. Aszure.
Yeah.
I had a year of
Yeah.
frequent 15 to 25 headaches a month, and I am not exaggerating. The
And that's
first month
scary.
it was the first month it was every day except for one day. Then after
Wow.
that it was like 15 to 25, and I could not figure out what was going
What
on.
it
I
was.
kept trying to track my food. I was trying to figure out what time it happened. I couldn't figure it out, and then did some research, found out that it could have been that. It was
Yeah.
also, it was like my transition at the end of my when I was about to start menopause, coming
Mm.
from perimenopause, and the hormones are no joke, guys. They can affect so many things. Sorry, this done
Yeah.
turned into a menopause discussion, but it needed to be
It needs to be
said.
said.
Yes, y'all. The moral of the story is research now. Don't wait
Yeah.
till it's too late.
Yeah.
Like I did.
Don't
I
wait.
didn't do it on purpose. I
Yeah.
just didn't know to
I
have to
didn't know.
research. I just thought it was what I said. You lose your
Yeah.
period, you get hot flashes, and that's that. I didn't know that
There was more to
the
it.
hormones can affect so many things by losing or
Yeah.
depleting. Anyway, getting back to
Yeah.
you, girl. You are doing
Same though.
you're doing a raw journey right now. You're on day 33. What are like your go-to meal staples? Or I rather just give me a typical sample day of how you're eating now
Okay.
in raw.
So in the mornings, I normally start with either fresh juice, fresh coconut water. I might have a smoothie, but normally up until at least noon, I'm not chewing. So normally the start of my
Okay.
day, but I've never been a breakfast person, so this is not something that's out of the ordinary for me. They say breakfast is the most important meal of the day. I don't truly believe that. I just don't. So,
Every
but
every
even
every
yeah.
meal is important to me.
Every meal, yeah. But as a kid, I remember like, I mean, being really young, like elementary, and when my mom would fix breakfast, I would be like, absolutely not. My stomach couldn't handle having food that early. Like I would be sick, I would be nauseous, and so I just got to skip breakfast, which was great because I did not want anything to do with it. And it's not that I
Yeah.
didn't like breakfast foods; it's just that my body wasn't ready to receive food from, and I that's one of the things, fortunately, that my mom wasn't like pushing me like you have to have breakfast, you have to. She was like, okay, well then don't
Yeah.
eat breakfast, and so I didn't
Yeah.
eat
You
breakfast. So
can't force yourself.
I've never been a breakfast girly, so I will have my juice smoothie, coconut water up until about noon. Normally Monday through Friday because I'm at work. Definitely up until noon, I'm having that. On the weekends, sometimes it goes longer because I'm busy, I'm doing something, and then I'm looking, I'm like, oh, it's 3 o'clock, I should probably chew something. So it could easily go longer. Normally, when I do break my fast, I try to break it with fresh fruit. It's watermelon season is in, so I absolutely love
Mm.
the watermelon, the Santa Claus melon, the Crenshaw melon. There's a yellow. I don't even know what that one's called. The big
Crenshaw. Did
yellow,
you say Crenshaw?
the Crenshaw melon. There's so many
Oh my
different melons out there, right? Yeah, I
God.
don't know if somebody in Crenshaw made some go together, but they for Crenshaw melon. But all of these
That's
different
funny.
melons, so I'm really into melons right now. So I
Mhm.
have a lot. I've been eating a lot of melons. So then normally that's how
Yeah.
I'm breaking my fast. I've also been eating a lot of white nectarines. So
Mm.
um juice liquids until noon, break my fast with some fresh fruit. Then I'm gonna have a big salad. Maybe I think the big salad a lot of time is like my technical first meal. Because I don't really have a meal of the fruit. Like I might
Mhm.
have two nectarines and I'm like, okay, I'm hungry. I want something to eat. And so, and then the
Two
same thing with
nectarines.
watermelon. Yeah, if I have like two nectarines, that's not a meal, that's a snack. So, but that may be how
Yeah,
I
that's
break my fast. And then I'm
mhm.
like, now I need a meal. So then I'll eat a big
Yeah.
salad. And then for night, and look, I'm doing one of Nicole's things. I love nice cream. So I
Mm.
have been like whipping, especially with the heat. I mean, it's perfect. I'll whip up a bowl of nice
Yes.
cream and I'll have that. I may snack on some cashews here and there. I'm
Mhm.
not really a huge snacker, but um, those raw cakes by Nat's Raw Line that are at Whole
Girl, don't
Foods,
play.
let
Don't
me tell you
play.
something. Those are
Don't play.
delicious. So they have been definitely one of
Yummy.
my things that I'll buy like 2 packs and put them in the freezer, and then I'll be like, okay, if I have that little sweet tooth craving and the nice
Yes.
cream isn't cutting it, I'll be like, let me have one of those little cakes. So those are like really good go tos.
So yummy.
Yeah. Now
What's your
yeah,
favorite flavor?
favorite flavor. The lime mango.
Yeah, I like that one too. My favorite though is what is it called?
Is it
Chocolate,
tiramisu?
not tiramisu, the other chocolate one. There's two chocolate ones.
There are two chocolate
Now,
ones.
not the
I
tiramisu,
don't
it's
know.
the other one, but now I forgot it's chocolate and something. I forgot, but
Is it hazelnut? Is it chocolate and hazelnut? Which one is that? I don't know.
I
Look it up.
literally forgot what it says, but it's so delicious.
Yeah,
I like them
I
all,
think I
to be
like
honest.
I'm gonna have to try that one. I don't know if I've tried that one. I have had the tiramisu. I
How's
have
that one?
right now. It's okay. But I
It's
think
okay.
it's okay. But I really do like that lime and mango. I think it's like fresh
That
and
one's good.
kind of crisp. And then
Yeah.
I don't like the I think it's lavender and something. It
The
has like
purple,
little,
you don't like that
yeah,
one?
I don't like it.
I
I
like
bought
that
it,
one.
and I bought it for the first time, and I have eaten like just one of the cakes because when I tasted it, but maybe I'll go back and sometimes you taste something the first time, and maybe because I was so in love with that lime mango and I
Mhm.
tasted it, and I was like, this is a letdown. So it's been
I
hanging out in the
I
freezer.
I think my favorite is the chocolate one, not the tiramisu, but the other one, and then
Okay,
lime and mango is my second one.
the
Yeah.
second. So
But
I have to
yes,
try
girl,
the other one then. Yes.
it's so nice that they have those kind of things
Yes.
that are raw and vegan with
Yes.
natural ingredients that can
Yes.
kind of satisfy that if you want some junk food kind of
Yes.
feeling,
Yes.
to give you that taste, but it's natural ingredients. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to make your own cheesecake.
Right, right. Ain't
So
nobody got time for
those
all
are
the
my
mix.
snackies. Yeah. And then I might have I have a food dehydrator, so I will make some of my own little snacks. Like I like to make mushroom jerky. Um so I'll do that, and then that's kind of giving me something savory to snack on. So I'll have that. But yeah, it's a pretty simple 120 days. My plan is for a simple, just to keep it as simple as possible.
Yeah.
Um because it doesn't take all that. When I used to eat raw in the very beginning of my journey, I was doing too much. Okay, I was trying to like make raw lasagnas and pizzas, and I was like, I'm not
Yeah,
doing all
that
that. It's time consuming, and it adds additional stress where you don't need it. I'm like, you can just eat the fruit, you can just eat the salad, you can just So I've definitely vowed to keep it extremely simple. Now it's not saying if I want something that I can't find that I wouldn't get in the kitchen and try to whip it up, but for the most part, I plan to keep it extremely simple for this 120
Yeah.
days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly how I am. I might do a little recipe every now for content's sake,
Yeah.
but I'm very basic and I like easy
Yes.
things. I do not like being in the kitchen with all these ingredients and stuff. Like I said, I'll do it for the content, but
Yeah.
I will not do that just as a lifestyle. You got me twisted.
Yeah. I can't say that I'm like 100% raw, okay? Because there are certain things
Yeah,
that I have,
you're close to
because
it. You're close to it.
I will have the rice paper wraps and make spring rolls. So I like those.
Rice paper
Um
wraps aren't raw?
Definitely not.
What? They're not?
I don't know. I don't know. There's a
Oh,
process yeah. So that's what I'm saying. We think of, a lot of things, or even the little stuff like nutritional yeast. It's been processed. I
yeah.
use it in a lot of things. And so
Yeah.
certain things I allow myself to have, and I'm like, I'm okay with that. Or even what's the protein powder? I can't think of it. They make a collagen protein, and they have a bunch of different flavors. I can
Veg, veg,
Sun Warrior.
veg.
Sun Warrior.
Oh, sunwear. Okay. I don't like
So
theirs really.
I have two that I like, and I use those, and they're not wrong. Like one is French maple syrup toast something. It's delicious. So I have that one, and then I have a salted caramel, the collagen powder. So I use those to make smoothies and to give me like a
Hmm.
protein boost.
Hmm.
But those are the only things that I really like can say that I will have that's not fully raw. Now, if I'm out and about and I didn't have a snack and I wanted to grab a salad, and nobody's going to have a raw salad, I might could find oil and vinegar and use that. Probably not going to. I will probably be like, do you have an Italian dressing that is vegan friendly? And I will use that, and I'm okay with that. Um, there are some things where I'm okay with saying it doesn't have to be perfect,
I
So
don't
I
think
think that's really
I don't
big.
think
Yeah.
anybody that's even considering all the fully raw vegans out there, I don't even think they're
Yeah.
fully raw. Nobody, just like I did 80 days raw recently, maybe
Yeah.
about a month ago. And in a lot of my videos on YouTube, I would say I'm close to raw as possible. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like
Yeah.
everything is
I
not
like
perfect.
that.
Like I use almond milk with my smoothies. I don't know if
Yeah.
almond milk is considered raw. I might,
Right.
you know what I mean? I might use peanut butter
Yeah.
one day instead of the raw almond butter one day. Peanut butter
Yes.
is not raw. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
raw enough. Okay.
Yeah. I
So
agree.
yes,
Same. Like same.
yeah,
I have the raw almond butter, but if I want to make a peanut sauce, I just got some
yeah,
regular peanut butter that I'm about to whip into a
yeah.
peanut sauce.
And it's still
Yeah.
good. You're still
Yeah.
doing way
The
more
best you
raw than you
can.
were before. You
Yes,
know what I mean?
absolutely.
So I don't
Yeah.
think, like I always say, it's about progress, not perfection. So even if
Yes.
I say I'm
Like
doing a
that.
raw journey, and if it's not 100% raw, I don't want to see nothing in my comments about, oh, that,
That's not
shut
raw.
up. No, I'm sorry. I'm like,
Mind your own
nutritional
plate.
use. Yeah. I mean, it's like, it's raw enough.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
So
agree. I
anyway,
agree.
yeah. But anyway, well, thank you so much. What platforms would you like people to check you out on? I'll be putting that in the description.
So definitely Instagram. I say that with all my heart, but Instagram is not Instagramming. Okay. So I say it with all my heart, definitely Instagram.
Girl, I feel sad. I
I just
feel
see my
very
numbers
sad.
dropping on Instagram, and I just think this very odd. It's very odd, and
It,
they'll send
oh
me
my God.
things for like promotion to make money on certain things, and then whatever they
Hmm.
send me promotion where I can make money on, that's the thing where it's getting the least amount of views now. So I'm like, that's really weird. Like you don't want to pay me for reels, but now my reels will be the ones that get all the views, and my posts where you want to pay me for is not. So I digress, but I'm just saying, follow me on Instagram. I do still put a lot of content over there in my stories and
Yeah.
on my page. That's Southern Vegan Eats. YouTube also Southern Vegan Eats, and I have Facebook with Southern Vegan Eats, and Instagram is pretty much just a transfer of my Facebook stuff. You know, I mean, my Facebook is
Hmm.
just a transfer of my Instagram stuff to Facebook. But those are my
Yeah.
three platforms that I use mainly. I tried TikTok, y'all. You can find me over there, but I don't really be over there. Try to stay focused in one space, if I'm being
Okay.
honest. But I am trying to get more into YouTube because I feel like I need to do something a little different if I want to continue to grow my following, and because I do like being in the social media world as far as sharing my journey and looking at videos. I mean,
Hmm.
I love it. I think we have a pretty tight knit community of plant-based people. Like I think everybody kind of knows everybody depending on how long you've been on the journey.
Yeah.
And I like that about it because sometimes in the real world, you don't have anybody that you're connected to.
Exactly. Especially this kind of community,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, like none of my friends, well, my friend in Southern California, but she's 5 hours drive away. But
Yeah.
my Bay Area, where I live, none of my
Yeah.
friends or family eat like me.
Yeah. And so we're odd
I mean,
man out.
yeah, thankfully my
Yeah.
husband is down to eat a lot of plant-based food though. He
Yeah.
eats a lot of plant-based during the week and then he'll eat meat on the weekends, but
Nice.
he's not fully plant-based.
Yeah.
But I wanted to get back to Instagram real quick because I've been so discouraged
It is.
it's been at least a year. I just hit 24,000 today, but I was at 23.8 for like 10 months.
Yeah.
So
And
that
you're
means
still doing the same thing or more.
23,800 for like 10 months. It would I would gain 250 followers a month, but I would also lose the same amount. I think they
Yeah.
are removing people's followers,
Yeah.
and I don't
Yeah.
know why they're doing that to me, but
Yeah.
it makes me sad because the first
Yeah.
couple of years it was just so fun seeing it grow.
Yeah.
You know what I
Consistency.
mean?
Yeah.
It was just growing every day. I would get new followers every
Yeah.
day. Now it's like,
I agree. And it's discouraging because then you're like, I'm making this content, and baby, as a content creator, it's work. It's work.
yes, it's a lot of work.
We're not getting paid for it. We're putting our
No.
love into this. We're we're editing the videos. We're making the content, and then you spend an hour making something sometimes, and then you put it out there, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
100 views. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
So
I'm
it's
like, I have
it is very discouraging.
24,000 followers and my average views are like 500, 400.
Yes.
What the
Yes.
freak?
Yes. Or even when I
Like
go
that makes,
live, it'll tell me you have 700 and some people that are, online right now. Then I go live and 2 people come in. I'm like, what are we talking about?
that doesn't
Like
make any
that
sense.
doesn't make
It
any
just doesn't.
sense. Yeah.
I
So
don't get it.
it does not math over there. And so Right now, I'm
I,
saying go
I don't
check
do
me out
that.
over there, but I'm definitely trying to focus more on YouTube because I want to just build a following over here and see how it goes. But the same thing, my numbers have been at like 40,000, 0.3, 0.4, then it go to 0.2, then 0.3, then point.
Yeah.
But for like a year, it's just been like that. And I'm like, I'm doing the
They are
same
removing
thing. I'm
followers.
doing the
They're
same
removing
thing. And
followers.
yeah. And I say doing the same thing, but I mean, as a content creator, you try to stay with the trends. You try to make sure that you're moving accordingly so that you can get the people to come. But something is weird. Something is up with Instagram, and
Something is
so
going on, and I done
yeah,
sent a report several times because I'm like, dude, what are you guys doing? There's no way that my account was growing every day,
yeah.
every month, for the first 2 years, and then all of a sudden, the same amount of people that follow me unfollow me the same amount. There's no
Do
way.
you have do you
I
have the blue check?
understand. No,
I didn't pay for that either, so I'm almost wondering
they're
if
trying to
that's
get people to
yeah.
buy
So
that.
part of me was that because you used to could earn your blue check and not have to do a monthly payment. It was just like by growing your following and doing things, they would give you the opportunity to have a blue check because it to verify you. And then when they
Mm-hmm.
came up with this, anybody can have a blue check. You just got to pay us $15 a month for it. Um,
Mm-hmm. People be
I was like,
having
I'm
blue
not.
checks and they
Yeah,
got 300 followers.
yeah, I'm not
I'm
doing
like,
that. I was like, I'm just not doing
yeah,
it. And not that I don't
yeah.
have $15 to pay towards it. I just didn't see the point of doing it. But now I'm starting to think, is that the catch? Is like you're not gonna pay us the $15, so we're gonna reroute your traffic. So I don't know.
Oh, I wonder
So
if that's what it
I'm
is. But
almost
it's just like some people,
yeah,
I just think some people are just growing and blowing up. And I'm like,
yeah.
they posting the same kind of stuff I'm
The
posting.
same
Why
stuff,
are they
yeah.
growing and I'm
Not
not
even
growing?
sometimes everybody's journey is different, and there's no hate towards anybody. I love all the content. I mean, I follow
Yeah,
the
me
people that
too.
speak to me, but what
Yeah.
I'm saying is there are people that can be on a journey that they just started yesterday, and they'll have 40,000 followers, and then you have people that are content creators that's been working at it for almost a
Hmm.
decade, and you're like, well, my followers are plummeting, but this, so it is a little bit of, like I said, it's
It's
disheartening,
discouraging.
discouraging because you're like, what am I doing wrong? And so I don't
It
know.
it
Yeah,
it makes me sad. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah,
I cried
yeah,
once. I cried a few
yeah.
times about it. It's
Because
just
it was,
as a content
that's
creator.
our first starter. I think because we both started on Instagram, and I think it's one of those things when you work so hard to build it, and then you
Yes.
see it just falling apart, and you're like, what's happening
Yeah.
here? This is
Yeah.
not regular. Yeah.
Now, if I wasn't a content creator, I wouldn't be tripping. If I'm just a person who just posts whatever,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be
Yeah.
tripping. But we're content creators. Our
Yeah.
mindsets are a little different. So
It's
it's just
different.
like,
Yeah.
it's hurtful to work so
Yeah.
hard, but then Instagram is just not letting us grow. And I don't
Yeah.
know what they got against us. No, I'm playing. But anyway, well, thank you. We keep getting off track with things, but hey, some things need to be said. Okay.
Yes, that's right.
But
That's
anyway,
right.
thank you so much, Azure. Thank you so much for coming on
Yes.
my platform
It's good
again
seeing you.
for the
Yes.
second time. I enjoyed
Thank
your
you for
story, and
having me.
we're rooting for you to get to that 120 days on your raw
Yes.
vegan journey towards healing the inflammation and getting your optimal health by the age of 50.
Yes. Let's do it.
More power. Well, thank you so much. You look great, and I enjoyed you. Thank you so much, and everyone. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this episode and hope you were inspired. And make sure you check out all her platforms. It will be in the description below. And I will see you guys in the next episode. You guys have a wonderful day. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Aszure.